Hey there, everybody. Here again with all of you guys in internet land. The Americans Moment. Just a few moments to spend with you guys today. Have some thoughts and things wanting to share. And just like yesterday's podcast, as I get off into it here, you know, the beautiful thing about this podcast here is this. It's so brief. You got to get to the point. And I believe it's a good format for people that really are short on time. You know, the executive, the entrepreneur, the hard worker that's out there grinding. So many of you guys out there working hard, and, you know, your hard work is very commendable. Whether you get it from your employers or your constituents or your clients. We have a fighting chance to make a difference, but it's always good to talk. But, you know, my collection of thoughts today, with all the election stuff just in the air, you know, this is one of those situations to where it's like, it's so thick. It's like you can cut it with a knife, right? Don't bring a butter knife out, ladies and gentlemen. You can cut it with a knife. And so much tension. And, you know, it brings my attention to the way the media is behaving themselves. You know, for people that pay attention, us that love this country, and mind you, I'm not saying those out there that are working hard and doesn't really necessarily pay attention to politics don't love their country. I'm not saying that. So let's get that out there in the front. But those who do pay attention, we're on the front lines and we're fighting for our freedoms. We're fighting for our liberties. We're fighting for the Second Amendment. We're fighting that the Constitution may be preserved and that our culture, our country, our communities, our cities, our states, that will thrive in another 200 years. Who wouldn't want greatness for their country? I mean, I want greatness for my country. You look at those in the Russia and China, you know, even though they're under harsh dictatorships, and I know a lot of them would just die, just give their life, give limbs to come to the United States of America. But at the same time, we're seeing the erosion of the country. That's what they see. We see it on the inside here too. But those who are pursuing a political agenda just to score political points, whether they be cheap or sharp or, that was a good move. Oh, that was a good play right there. That doesn't further us. And so people talking about us they want us to, bury the hatchet, so to speak. This guy's okay in my book. In my book, you're okay, so they say. Until you voice an opinion that's opposite of theirs, and all of a sudden the octave changes. You guys notice that, right? The octave changing. You know, they go from talking like this to, so all of a sudden they're talking with high-pitched voices. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, like, bro, wouldn't you, did you fall for the banana in the tailpipe? And that's what you got to ask yourself, right? But on this Saturday, November 14th, it was a beautiful day, first of all, ladies and gentlemen. It was a beautiful day here in Las Vegas. The air was right. I engaged with quite a few people today, and they were just in good moods and good spirits. But the greater point I want to make, what I want to share, I want to talk about the guardian of this country. And yes, I'm going to say his name again. You always bring it up. Donald Trump. See, it's so hard for me to not pay attention to all the things that he's been able to get accomplished in his short time in office. And there's a young man that had a double life sentence. I was listening to Newsmax today. Everyone go to Newsmax Parlor, One American News. That's where we need to be, everybody. And he was talking about him having another chance. Now, this is the second time I saw this guy. And Obama and them had an opportunity to do it, and they didn't. Biden and them, they had a chance to do it, and they didn't. And so the estimation of what he basically was saying was Donald Trump is his hero. And I guess you got to kind of think about that for a second, right? Because he is kind of like a hero. You look at all the Trump flags and all the MAGA hats. Oh my gosh, guys, it is absolutely amazing. Never seen anything like this before, have you guys? Just a sea of MAGA hats. And today, the March on Washington. What extreme success. And, you know, the way that the news networks, and I feel so bad for them, the way they want to downplay or find something wrong. And I look at both sides, and that's why I became an independent. That's why I became an independent thinker, and I separated myself from those parties, so to speak. Yes, if I vote, a majority of times I'm going to vote Republican. Have I ever voted Democrat? No. They've never given me a reason to vote Democrat. And look at all the mail-in ballots and, you know, just cascading ballots all across America like it's the thing to do. And the people that were reasonable was the side of Donald J. Trump. He's the guardian of America, whether you guys like it or not. There's a wall being constructed right now, which is threatened to be demolished if we don't get this right. There are tax cuts and benefits that the American people have so long deserved and given themselves an opportunity to thrive with their entrepreneurship skills and abilities. And that's going to be taken away, and it's in jeopardy. The immigration situation, 25 million. It's just, these are things we have to think about every single day. And so as I paint that quick picture, he is the guardian of this country. And so I still can't believe that. And more Americans are waking up to the fact that America wants the coat tails, but not the coat. The jewels, when someone has an elegant coat or a pea coat of some sorts, or, you know, maybe it's Michael Kors or something like that, you know, and they come in and this coat is so different. It's a coat of many colors. It has little pins and accolades and all types of awards and just it's bright in color in contrast to the coat of the other party. It's big. And all those pins represents Asian Americans, Black Americans, the white Americans, Latino Americans, Native Americans. They're all, they represent this coat. And you're telling me in the sea of MAGA hats that they rather throw the coat out and keep the coat tail? Oh, this coat tail looks very nice, they say. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I want to flaunt this and all that. I'm going to take this to the ball. I think not. That makes no sense at all, because the first thing you see is the front of the beautiful coat. No one gives a damn about the tail. I wouldn't. And I guess you probably think the same thing too, because you guys are common sense thinkers, on top of the box thinkers. And it's always a fantastic time to share a moment. But it's time to continue to protect our guardian. Whether the rhetoric that Donald Trump spews or what people think he, you know, if he's a bad guy, he's orange or whatever. Let me tell you what, he's been really good for this country. And I keep going back to that every single day. And we're going to pound it and pound it. Call your state legislators. I got more calls I have to make myself. Gravitate away from Twitter and all those guys, the tweakers, and get over to Newsmax. And Newsmax is kicking ass right now. Absolutely amazing. But until next time, these were some thoughts for the day on our America's Moment. You guys have an incredible evening. Let's go out there and fight for this country, because this country is definitely worth saving. See ya.